Vivian French and Alison Bartlett. The sun was shining and the birds were singing. Bob the dog woke up, stretched and hurried off to have his breakfast. But his bowl was empty. Green Bird was sitting and squawking happily in the tree. Bob explained that he hadn't had any breakfast.
"Someone must have eaten it,"
said Green Bird.
"There were biscuits in your bowl and gravy."
Bob howled.
"Row! My favourite!"
He was hungry. He decided to find out who had taken his biscuits and gravy. He was going to teach them a lesson.
"Grrr! I'll catch that thief!"
he growled. Smitty's small dog was burying a bone. "You do look fierce," he said.
"Ruff!"
said Bob, and told Smitty about his disappearing breakfast and his empty bowl. Smitty said he didn't know anything about it. He was too busy with his bone to bother with anyone else's breakfast.
"Grrr! I'll catch that thief and biff him!"
growled Bob. Ollie Old Dog was snoozing in the sunshine.
"Woof, woof,"
said Bob.
"Did you eat my breakfast?"
Ollie Old Dog sighed. He said he was too old to eat other people's breakfasts.
"Grrr! I'll catch that thief and biff him and bop him!"
growled Bob, and on he stamped. Bob screeched to a stop. There was Smiler Cat cleaning her whiskers. A big bowl of Kitty Crunchies lay untouched beside her.
"Did you eat my breakfast?"
Bob asked. Smiler said no. She said she didn't like biscuits and gravy. She said she didn't like dogs, and she wanted Bob to go away. Bob went stamping on. Green Bird flapped down beside him.
"Who ate my breakfast?"
said Bob miserably.
"It wasn't Smitty or Ollie or Smiler." "It wasn't Smitty or Ollie or Smiler. Smitty has a bone, Ollie's too old, and Smiler doesn't like biscuits and gravy."
Green Bird looked thoughtful.
"Your bowl was empty," she said. "How did Smiler know your breakfast was biscuits and gravy? Did you tell her?"
Bob shook his head.
"So how did she know?"
Green Bird squawked excitedly.
"Grrr!"
Bob rushed off. Smiler heard him coming and jumped onto the fence.
"You ate my breakfast!"
Bob shouted. Smiler smiled.
"Meow," she said. "It was very tasty."
And she licked her lips.
"I'm going to chase you and catch you and biff you and pop you,"
yelled Bob.
"Catch me if you can,"
said Smiler, and she tiptoed along the top of the fence. Bob sat down. He scratched his ears and he thought.
"Woof,"
said Bob, and dashed up Smiler's path. Her bowl of Kitty Crunchies was still there. Smiler watched from the fence as Bob ate every single one. "Sst!" hissed Smiler. But Bob was pleased. At last he'd had his breakfast.
"Ruff,"
he grinned.
"That was very tasty."